Hi everyone, it's Jason Velasco here, and welcome to another edition of the Balanced Poker Mailbag. This is where we answer your biggest poker life questions. So today, we're going to be diving into some of the most interesting questions that we've been sent in the last week. We're going to talk about strategy to mindset, bankroll management, and everything in between. We've got you covered, so let's go ahead and dive right into it. Derek asks, I've been down with a busy schedule, and lately I just feel like I'm just always worried about missing out on both quality family time and poker progress. How do I juggle it all without neglecting my family or burning out? Well, you know what? That is not uncommon, and that's a pretty standard unbalance, and that's why we built the Balanced Poker Life program. So here's a couple things, Derek. So I recommend first and foremost that you work on your family integration, making sure that you are scheduling time with your family, blocks of time. Just put it on your calendar, block it off, and make sure you're dedicated to spending your time with them. When it comes to the poker side, you might want to think about short bursts of play or study. I call them micro sessions. So that way, if you got some time, whether it's online, you can play for an hour, couple hours, and make sure that getting your quality time in, or that you're studying. I'm always passionate about studying. So I think that is something that you can think about, which is taking some smaller sessions to be able to deal with that. The other thing I recommend is making sure that you're conserving your energy. You want to recognize and respect your personal limits, right? You are not a superhero no matter what, no matter who you are. You can't work 80 hours a week and play poker 20 hours a week and spend time with your family. It's just not possible. Take some realistic expectations, conserve your energy, and make sure you get the quality that you're looking for in your poker and personal life. I feel like my poker game is on tilt right now. Every time I sit down to play, it's as if I just feel like I'm going to lose. And my emotions seem to boil over every time there's the slightest downswing. Is there any way that I can cool down and keep my mind from overheating? Well, Jessica, it's a really good question, and one that struggles with a lot of people, especially when they're on a downswing or they just had a bad beat. So a couple things that I recommend. First and foremost is emotional maintenance. You want to make sure you've got some strategies to release tensions before and after your play. That includes like a pre-game routine and then a post-game routine. For example, I go through a whole checklist of my processes, which takes about 20 to 30 minutes before I sit down for a session or for a tournament. And then after I play, I make sure that I've got a cool down period. I'll listen to a mindset MP3 where I can kind of cool down for my session. That'll help me kind of relieve that tension. The other thing that I recommend are routine checkups. We want to make sure that we're setting aside a few minutes every day for a few minutes of mini breaks or mindfulness. I tend to want to maybe sit down in the morning and then the evening to just take at least 3 to 5 minutes to be able to kind of relax, breathe, and just kind of regain my composure. This is why in my schedule, I make sure that I've got a lot of buffers between meetings to make sure that I've got time to kind of come down from that. Same thing at the poker table. The other thing that I recommend is having a support system. Make sure you've got friends, study groups, and poker coaches that are going to be able to help you guide you to when you're feeling on tilt, to make sure that when you are really struggling, you've got someone who's going to give you an independent perspective and help you get through your tilt control. Anyways, tilt is a really hard time. Downswings are really tough, but you know what? Stay there, stay calm, and you're going to get through it. I promise you. Just keep studying and doing everything that you're supposed to do. If you've got a burning poker question, well, whether it's about improving your game or managing tilt or balancing poker with real life, send it our way. We're always looking for great questions to feature in our future episodes. Drop the question in the comments or send it to me directly. We might just answer it next. We're giving away one of these great Balanced Poker hoodies every single month to one of the submissions. So go ahead and get your question in today. So this question comes in from Nia, and Nia asks, I'm at a point where I can't separate my bankroll from my personal finances. I just can't figure out how to invest in my poker journey, but also protect my long-term security. Where do I even start with proper bankroll management? So bankroll management is a whole big topic as part of the Balanced Life program, but let's talk about some 3 key areas that I always tend to focus on. Number 1, I highly recommend creating separate accounts. You want to make sure that you're separating personal and your poker budget. So that way you're not dipping into either one of them, and you want to make sure that they're completely separate so that you're not having to worry about where your money's coming on for your life expenses. It also helps you manage and control your bankroll so you can see a hard number of what you need to be able to play with. The second thing that I want to think about is risk calibration. You might want to set some conservative buy-ins so that you can manage your bankroll appropriately, not take huge shots. But at the same time, when you think you're ready to take the shot, you should. Again, that's going to come down to you, how you feel, the type of game, the players at the game, and what the potential buy-ins are. I don't recommend jumping in from $100 tournaments to 5Ks. That's probably a big jump, but I think those are things you could probably think about. And then lastly, you want to think about future proofing your finances. Make sure you're allocating a portion of your winnings into savings or some kind of investments. It actually makes you feel good that you're actually saving for the long term based on what your short-term poker income is. I usually take about 5 to 10% of my monthly return, and I go ahead and just put it into a Roth account, financial account, so I can gain some interest, or, hey, maybe just avoid some crypto. So maybe that is the way to go. I mean, crypto is the way everyone is investing these days, but again, market's fair. I'm not a financial advisor. But anyways, those are ways you could think about it. So let's talk about Balanced Poker Life Coaching. And Tony asks, hey there, I'm Tony. I'm 52 and I've been juggling a busy work schedule, family life, and my passion for poker, which sounds like me. I'm thinking about signing up for the Balanced Poker Life Coaching, and I wonder if it's too late for me to change. Can this really help me manage my daily grind and still enjoy poker without burning out? Tony, that is a good question, and thank you so much for your interest, and I really hope that we get an opportunity to work together. It would mean so much to me to be able to help you. But let's talk about how the Balanced Poker Life program can help you. First and foremost, we're going to work on developing a personal plan for you. We're going to make it simple. We're going to tailor a roadmap that fits within your schedule, your playing schedule, and your study schedule that integrates your family time and all of the Balanced Poker Life principles. Secondly, we're going to help you with stress relief. Poker and life are very stressful, so we've created some really interesting quick tips to help stay calm and focused at the table and in life, even on some of those really tough days. And then lastly, we're going to talk about accountability. I'm going to be here in the corner. Our team is going to be here in the corner to help you stay on track with any goals that we're going to set up for you. That way, we take a balanced approach to improve your poker results and your overall well-being. And it's going to be just kind of one step at a time. So Tony, thank you so much. I really appreciate your interest. Please reach out and we could talk, have a, basically what we do is set up a very quick 20-minute consultation. We'll talk about your needs. We'll talk about your goals, learn a little bit more about you. We're going to help you. I'm going to learn more about your journey, and then we're going to come up with the approach for you. So thanks, Tony. I really appreciate you reaching out. And thank you everyone for listening to this particular mailbag. If you have any questions for our mailbag, please reach out. We're glad to support you. And of course, if you have any interest in any Balanced Poker Life coaching, that's what we're here for, please reach out and be glad to discuss those with you as well. Thank you, everyone. Like and subscribe. Let's go.